stories and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Hello, everyone, and Merry Christmas. This is the week before Christmas, and this will be our final show before Christmas because we are taking off Christmas Day and New Year's Day, which happened to fall on a Monday. And we are recording live from Lone Star Community Radio, downtown Conroe, City Hall, the Tower, Conroe Tower, FM 104.5, 106.1, live streaming, irlonestar.com, and Conroe Culture News, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, all that. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be listening. If you're not listening now, you're listening later. So the people on the show today, they're sitting right across from me, are from BODYBAR Pilates at Woodforest, Jennifer Rubino and her daughter, Natalie Luquette. They're both partners in this endeavor, and we're going to hear all about that and their grand opening and what exactly is Pilates. In the second segment, what would a Christmas segment be without Santa Claus? So Ed Dolphin will be here as Santa Ed, and we look forward to all the ho-ho-hos and bringing in the Merry Christmas holidays. The show is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic and Team Sinisi Real Estate Group. Team Sinisi Real Estate Group is one of our favorite people for real estate, investing, buying, selling, all throughout Montgomery County and lands beyond Montgomery County. But they are one of the best people to use. And if you don't know Vinny Sinisi, well, you need to, because it's an easy name to remember. Roger Stein Chiropractic is located at 3033 West Davis by Conroe High School and Taco Bell, and you know where those landmarks are. And they treat people of all ages and backgrounds, from infants to seniors, weekend athletes to professionals, with a focus on natural holistic healing to not only relieve pain but achieve optimal health. Dr. Stacy Rogers holds certifications in adjusting extremities, arms, hands, legs, feet, clinical nutrition, prenatal, and pediatric care. If you are not a patient of Dr. Roger Stein or one of her other partnering doctors, then it's only $35 to go see their clinic, and it all gets donated back to CASA for kids in CPS custody. So, a few things going on around us in Conroe and the larger area beyond Conroe. The Hideaway, and that is located behind 202 Main, which is located at 202 Main Street in downtown Conroe. They have a Christmas pop-up bar on the patio out there known as the Hideaway. It's a themed Christmas bar with specialty drinks, music, decorated wall for photo ops, and they're open Thursday through Saturday from 4:30 until midnight and Sunday noon until 5. 202 Main is bringing back, well, they just had the Christmas Cabaret yesterday with brunch, but they have a lot of other events, and New Year's Eve is coming up, so what better than to go in downtown Conroe, park your car, or take an Uber, and go to not just 202 Main, but Red Brick Tavern, the Corner Pub, Pacific Yard House, and those are just a few within feet of each other. What a fun thing, and it's safe, so go check that out. Johnny and the Spinsations will be doing a Christmas special concert at Pacific Yard House, and they do a lot of the 50s, 60s, Beatles favorites, and so go see them this Friday, December 22nd. Conroe Art League has their annual Christmas is for Giving exhibit, and that is at 127 Simonton Street in downtown Conroe. And you can shop for one-of-a-kind items, all made by local artists. In addition, there are 70 works of art by 30 artists, each priced at $150 or less through January 2nd. The gallery is open from 11 to 4, Tuesday through Saturdays. So there's also one more option. There's Margaritaville Lake Conroe. You can stay there and not worry about people on the road because you stay there overnight, and you can walk to some of their New Year's Eve venues as well and get drink specials, dinner specials at License to Chill and Land Shark. So my parting words are, let's be kind to each other and shop local. With that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll hear all about BODYBAR Pilates at Woodforest.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
Okay, sitting across from me right now is Jennifer Rubino and Natalie Luquette, who is her daughter. They are the duo behind BODYBAR Pilates Woodforest, but there's even more people behind. You guys are literally the faces of the business. And I know it's been a little crazy, right? Yes. A lot going on.
Just a little
crazy. Okay, so first of all, why BODYBAR Pilates?
Well, it all started, both of us were in the corporate world, and we both worked from home, sat at our computers for 15 hours a day.
Wow, fun.
It was a different kind of stress. It is still stressful, but it was a different kind of stress. We were very isolated, didn't get to exercise much, and we traditionally have always been gym rats. We love fitness. We love being out. Natalie had taken me to a Pilates class down in the Heights, and I absolutely fell in love with it.
Why?
It gave me, I've had 2 hip replacements, so, doing high-impact sports is hard on my hips, and I'm a tennis player, so it is naturally hard on my hips. So doing this gave me every small muscle in my body hurt afterwards. And I was like, oh my gosh. It was very playful because we were on the reformers, we were moving, and I walked out of
What's
there.
a performer?
A reformer?
Reformer,
A
sorry.
reformer is an apparatus. It is the apparatus that we use in Pilates, and it kind of looks like a bed with a carriage that slides back and forth that uses spring.
Is it comfortable?
Well, kind of.
Okay, depending on if you're using it right?
If you're using
Okay.
it right, if you're laying in
Okay.
it right. But there are...
Okay, so you're on the reformer.
You're on the reformer, and you are able to use your feet to use the resistance, or you use handles to pull, and it uses resistance bands in order to, in different movements, to be able to lengthen and strengthen your muscles. So you can do a lot of different movements on this reformer to create your experience. So I went to this class, and I walked out of there, and I was like, oh my gosh, this was awesome. And as I started thinking about it, we came into the new year, the beginning of last year, in January of last year, actually. And I went to San Antonio to visit my mom, and I was like, Mom, I would love to do this. I don't want to be in the corporate world anymore. I'm ready to retire, but not really retire. I'd really like to have my own business.
Do something more fun.
I wanted to do something fun. I wanted to be, I didn't want to sit at my desk and on my computer. And so I started talking to my mom about it, and she started getting super excited. And then a couple days later, my sister and my daughter came to San Antonio, and we ended up being in this coffee shop for hours talking about owning a Pilates studio. We didn't have a brand. We didn't know what we were going to do, but we sat and talked about it and like fantasized about it.
You were all excited.
We were all excited.
What would I do, and what would my role be? And we had it all planned out.
Yeah, we had it all planned out. We didn't even have a brand. And then at that point, all of a sudden I said, well, let's just look into it. Let's gather information. That was something that my mother had always taught me, is to gather information to make good decisions. So we started gathering information, and the more information we gathered, we're like, we can do this. Yeah. We could do this. And so we just kept finding more information, and as we found more information, we just progressed in our steps, and here we are.
Yeah. We made a deal at the very beginning that if at any point of this journey there were like some major red flags or like huge roadblocks, of course, opening a business, construction, you're going to hit roadblocks and everything, but we said, okay, if anything like major happens that we feel like we're forcing this, then this isn't the move. And so far, nothing big has happened. Everything has kind of fallen into place.
I mean, you have the normal challenges of a new building, not just moving into one, but the construction.
It was a shell of a building.
And all of that. But you're still excited because this is yours.
Yeah, it is.
Right? So did you know how to do Pilates, or have you had to learn how to be an instructor? How does that work?
So I had been doing Pilates for a couple months when I took my mom to her first Pilates class. Since then, I have gotten certified through another program. So I definitely had to learn how to be an instructor. It's a certification that I'm still not done with, but it's a very rigorous 30-week program. So I'm still in the middle of that. But as far as how to do Pilates, I think we just had to go do Pilates. It's definitely a practice, and it's something that you have to continue to work at. And so we've gone up to Dallas, and we've gone to other BODYBAR locations, and
Why BODYBAR? Why did you choose that one?
BODYBAR. Well, when we were looking at franchises in which to open, BODYBAR is it's an emerging franchise, and their headquarters out of Fort Worth. It's owned by Matt and Camille McCollum. They are the most ultimate people you would want to work with. They're very family oriented. They're young. They've got 2 young children. They surround themselves with support from the franchisor. As a franchisor, they have 3 studios themselves, so they are great examples of what it should be. The principles behind BODYBAR Pilates is a little bit different. So it is not a very much of a classic type of Pilates. It is a classic Pilates with a modern twist. So what that means is we add in muscular endurance, we add in increased intensities. So we work.
Challenge yourself.
We challenge yourself,
Yeah.
and then we train as athletes. So we believe everybody has an inner athlete within them, whether they are 70 years old or whether they are a collegiate athlete. So wherever you are today, we'll meet you there, and then we're going to challenge you just to be a little bit better tomorrow. So we welcome everybody. They welcome everybody within
All levels,
at all levels,
or someone who's done it for a period of time.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we went to multiple studios before we decided to join the BODYBAR family as kind of like as a secret shopper type of thing. And it was amazing to see all the different franchisees. It felt like home every time we went into a different studio. And I think after that week of going to Dallas and doing 1 class a day for like 4 days, we couldn't walk afterwards. But at that point, it really solidified that this feels right. It just felt right.
Well, and if you're putting all your time and resources into something, it needs to feel like it's part of you. Right?
Yes. And so every franchisee, everyone helped each other. It wasn't, nice. They didn't compete.
It's a collaboration.
It was very much of a family oriented, and I just really loved everything. They're also extremely community oriented. Everything that they do is community facing. The bar, as far as BODYBAR stands for bars balanced, athletic, and real community, because we really focus on a community effect. Everything from the look and feel of our studio, where our studio is located, how we react with our members, everything is to bring in the community and not only just come to a class and leave. It is come to a class,
To be a part of something.
bring your friends, have coffee after, chat with us, shop.
Friendships.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
and
all
it
of
is,
that.
it is what makes BODYBAR unique and special in itself. It's not just a place to exercise.
And to that, you are in Pine Market in
Yes.
Woodforest, a brand new building. And I used to live in Woodforest, and none of that was there. We moved 3 years ago, and it's like huge, all these different things. You're right near that greenery area. What is that called? I want to call it the park.
It is a
It's
park.
called
The park. You're right by the park over there at Pine Market. I mean, you're on a corner location, so you have
Yes.
an ideal place. The address is actually 900 New Day Avenue. New Day. That just sounds fresh, doesn't it sound? Huh.
It is a new day.
You know, it's a new day. It's fresh. Get out there, and so you can't miss the location because it's right there on the corner,
Yes.
kind of diagonal from the park, so
Right.
to speak. So how is it going? When are you planning on opening?
I'll let you.
All right. So it is going. It's moving quick. So construction is done.
Wow.
Our boutique is open. We're open 9 to 5. So.
What does that mean?
So in our studio, you walk in and there's actually a boutique. It's not
Clothing things. Okay.
Yep. So we sell brands like Spiritual Gangster, Strut This, Glider, Blush, and then BODYBAR brand. But we have a lot of really cute clothes. This is actually one of the things that we
Nice.
sell.
And this.
And the sweater. Yep.
Well,
So
we'll have to use those on social media.
yeah.
Okay.
So definitely come and by and stop by, and our sales associates are there ready to answer any questions that anyone may have. Right now, our instructors are going through their own training, so we're trying to get them all ready and certified before the holiday season, because our Founders Week is January 2nd through the 6th. So
And what does that mean?
So Founders Week it's like a week-long party. People from corporate come down, and that is where our founding members and anyone who's interested in BODYBAR get to come in, take their first free class before they decide to actually join before the 8th. So the 8th is
And get a
That's
great
just
discount. And get a great discount.
And get a great discount. So they can register now and they're
Yep.
a founding member. Why would they want to do that?
So they would want to do that to get the founding member rate. So right now our founding member rate is 10% off your membership, and you get that for the lifetime of your membership. That deal does end once we open, because then you're a member, not a founding member anymore. So on the 8th, that deal will end, and we'll go back up to normal pricing. But
And they don't pay an initiation fee.
Yeah.
No initiation fee and 10% off of the lifetime of your membership.
Okay. So when do classes start?
Classes start on the 8th. We are
Okay.
open for business, and our classes start on a normal schedule on January 8th.
So exciting, huh?
yes.
And tell me about your instructors. How many do you have?
Well, we have 9 instructors now, and we are continuing to hire. So if you are interested in being an instructor, please reach out. We're always
How
looking.
should they reach out to you?
So you can reach out to us at BODYBAR Pilates. What is it? Woodforest at bodybarpilates.com would be the best way to
Or
reach
they
out.
can find it on the website, bodybarpilates.com
Yeah.
/Woodforest.
Absolutely.
Just Google it. You're easily found.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just reach out to us if you are interested in becoming an instructor. You do not have to have a certification. We will
Train you.
We will train you. You will receive a comprehensive certification. We'll be having another class coming up in February or March, but currently we have 9 instructors, plus myself and Natalie will also be an instructor.
It's good to have more than you need, just in case. right?
Absolutely. Right now we have about 200 members, so we are
That's so
we're
exciting.
booming.
Yes,
that's
so
so
I think
exciting.
we're going to be
It's
probably
happening.
one of the highest new member rate of any of the franchisees so
Because
far.
you're in Woodforest.
So they're
Yeah.
fabulous.
We definitely love the Woodforest community.
They're great. They
So
come in their
exciting.
little golf carts.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's so fun to see.
Natalie, you're an athlete anyway,
I
right?
am. Yep.
Tell me about your bio.
So growing up, I played a lot of sports, mainly swimming. That one kind of stuck around the longest. I also did competitive cheer in high school. In college, my university didn't have a swim team. So me and one of my friends, we actually started the swim team at CU Denver. So they still have it today, and I get to know
rewarding.
that I'm the one who started it.
That's amazing.
So I was a
So
collegiate
you
swimmer.
like working in fitness, but you also are good at marketing and graphics and all of that.
I do.
right?
So So while I was in college, that's actually what I was getting my degree in, was graphic design and communication. So social media management and all that fun stuff, and marketing, that's kind of up my alley.
So
you're
she gets to
using
do
your
a lot.
strengths.
Yes.
So she gets to do a lot in the business.
And what's your role?
My role is kind
Mom.
of my role is kind of the catch-all. So we do have a studio manager. Faith Merritt is our studio manager. She works with our sales team and on our retail. I kind of dabble into that. Natalie is over all of our instructors. So she works with the fitness. She's considered the fitness manager. And then also does the marketing.
She's kind of like the operations person.
And I am kind of the catch-all operations, anything that happens in finances.
The fun stuff.
I get to do everything that nobody wants to do.
Tell me about your other family members that are involved.
So the other two that are really part of this duo
Yes.
one is my mother, she lives in San Antonio, and she has been with us through the entire time. She's kind of helped us make this reality from a financial perspective. She's really kind of been our backer and our biggest cheerleader. We talked to her in the morning on the way to the studio and home.
She excited?
Oh, she is so excited. She's going to get to see the studio completely done on the 22nd when she comes. It's probably going to make me cry thinking about it, because she is proud of us and is so excited to make this happen. And we appreciate the ability to make this dream come true for us. The other person who is part of this little foursome is my sister. Her name is Stephanie Moore. She is a kindergarten teacher in Fort Bend, and she has been teaching for 28 years. And I don't think she's ready to give up her little kiddos. She loves to teach, and she really doesn't have a business mind. She wants to be part of it. Again, she will come and take classes, and we bring her
She's just there with you.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
she loves going to the events.
Yes.
So
Okay.
we brought her to like the trunk or treat
your
and the
cheerleader.
flurry of fun. Yeah.
And
So
she reels them in. She gets the kids coming in and gets them excited. And then when she starts talking about BODYBAR Pilates, somebody else needs to come take over.
yeah.
But
she just passes them on to the sales
That's okay.
associates. We have a system.
She raises awareness.
yes,
Yes.
she is.
She's
She is.
really good at that.
Yeah, she
She's
is.
your PR spokesperson.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we all kind of work on this together, and so it is the four of
It's
us.
a great fierce workout, because you work hard, you feel it,
Yep.
and it's part of community and growing relationships. Are there men?
Men are absolutely welcome.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Do you have men instructors?
No, we do not.
So you could use one.
We would
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
a
I would
male
love that.
instructor. We would
Okay.
love a male
We'll
instructor.
get Dick out there. And
we would love to have male members.
Okay.
Usually.
So I just needed to say that out loud,
Yeah.
so that people know that men are part of this as well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They love it, and if you look, most major athletes do Pilates because it strengthens all of their core, so they can perform better. So that your core is the center of all of your performance, and that's what Pilates does.
It's also really good for your golf game.
It is very good for your golf
It's
game,
very good for your
and good
golf
for your
game.
tennis game, good for almost
Probably good for
every sport.
mental awareness, acuity, all of
Absolutely,
that too.
absolutely. We'll be doing
Mind,
some
body,
stuff.
and soul.
Yes, and breath and
It's
all that.
also good. We just train to be able to do things that you do in your normal life. So reaching, twisting, bending. It's just having a stable core makes it easier to even open the cabinet and grab a stack of plates out of the cabinet. it makes just
Doing
like kind of
normal
like
everyday
getting out of your
activities
car
just makes things
yes.
easier because your body is adapting and being
Yeah.
able to work quickly on
Yes.
different moves and things.
Yep.
Very good. Well, thank you, ladies. Again, that address is 900 New Day, and that is at Pine Market in Woodforest, right past the park. You can't miss it. It's on the corner, and they could register now online. Is that how they register?
Yes, register on our website.
Register on the website, which you can find again by going to bodybarpilates.com/Woodforest. You have a Facebook page, Body Bar Woodforest. Just Google it, Body Bar Woodforest, and you will find it and learn how to register, get involved, take a class, come to the ribbon cutting, which is January 4th, 5 p.m. at Body Bar Woodforest. And
For lots of fun.
that's it. So we look forward to seeing what you guys do.
Well, thank you, Margie. We appreciate it.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much for having us.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your questions. Get seen on TV, YouTube, and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Support your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
An estimated 1 in 10 births will result in a neonatal intensive care stay, also known as the NICU. Overnight, a family can find themselves and their newborn baby in a critical situation. The Mila Foundation financially and spiritually assists families in need. If you would like to volunteer or become a monthly sponsor, please visit us at www.themilafoundation.org. Again, that's www.themilafoundation.org, because every life matters.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1 and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776.
Path to the Plate is a research-based education program that helps consumers understand how their food choices impact their health by making the connection to agriculture, learning about how food is grown and produced, and how consumers can make better food choices for themselves and their families. Path to the Plate is all about dispelling myths and misconceptions. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Mike from Dan Simon, Texas. Join me Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. as I count down the top 10 Texas Red Dirt songs that are packing the dance floor. I'll be featuring local artists and the story behind the hits, shows in the area, as well as new songs that make you want to dance. It's Dance Time in Texas with DJ Mike on Lone Star Community Radio, 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC, Conroe, Texas, or online, irlonestar.com.
And in the studio joining me right now is Santa Claus, or otherwise known as Santa Ed, right? Or do you still go by Santa Ed?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so Santa, thank you for paying a visit with us today.
You're so
at
very
the
welcome.
studio.
It's my pleasure,
I mean,
Margie.
it is a week before Christmas.
Yes, and we are rather busy.
You are?
Yes, we are rather busy. When I told the elves that I was coming down there, they're like,
Really?
"You were gone all weekend, Santa." I'm like, "Well, I'm doing my job. Thank you very much. You have a job to do, and you must do it so that I'm ready on Christmas Eve."
That's right. So it's been a while since you've come on Star Community Radio and visited with me. Seems like it's been at least a couple of years.
At least a couple of years, because the last time I was here, y'all were down the road.
Location.
Right.
So I'm glad you were able to find us here,
Yes.
first of all. And so tell me, what's been going on? Where have you been? All over.
All over. The one thing that I love about Santa is you get to meet all kinds of people. Some that have stories that will just melt your heart. And some that have stories that are just, it makes you glow. We're going on Saturday to a lady's house that just melts my heart. And I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm going to do it anyway because I need to spread Christmas cheer. And I want to bring Christmas cheer to them, to somebody that doesn't have it. And that's what melts my heart, is because the Christmas cheer is not there. It doesn't matter what your material blessings are. Christmas cheer lives in your heart.
It is joy, and what I think is that you have to find the joy throughout the year.
Yes.
To sustain you and move you forward.
And you've done a very
daily.
good job at that.
It's not easy.
I know.
But, it's more than a one-day thing. And there's goodness surrounding us, even in the darkness.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And
There's
there
always
is some
light in the
evil.
darkness.
There's a lot of darkness. But
you're the light. You, my friend, are the light that brings brilliance to the darkness.
So I have thought of something new in the last week or two that, what is it about my son, let's say, Joey?
Right.
So there's a Joy in his name.
Yes.
That's the joy.
That's the joy.
The E is just silent for the time.
Right. That's right.
So it's Joy E.
Yeah. And you bring joy.
So, but that's just my individual story. But I understand what you're saying about bringing Christmas cheer. There's a darkness that somehow, somewhere, hopefully you can connect the pieces to help someone find that Christmas spirit and Christmas joy. Because there's something that we all like about Christmas. And when we don't, it's because something bad happened.
It's in your heart.
Yes.
And the good thing about living is if you didn't like yesterday, that's okay. Don't relive it. Go on to tomorrow. And that's the one thing that I really admire about you, Margie, is that while yesterday might have really sucked, you're always going forward with tomorrow and making it a better place today because you're looking forward to tomorrow, even though you know the darkness is behind you.
It still lurks.
It's still there, but you bring the light. You bring the light. I mean, I love the gold. What's the group you're a part of? I'm sorry, I'm
Gold
having
Star Mothers.
Yes, I love that. I saw you at the. I saw your post at the cemetery. That warms my heart. because you bring joy to the world. You bring joy to the world. I think that song might have been written for you.
I heard it last night at the Toyota Center. We heard a group playing, and they were actually a sellout crowd.
Trans-Siberian?
No,
No.
it was not. I would have liked to have seen them. For King and Country.
Okay.
You ever heard of them?
I have. I've not seen them.
They
though.
sang nothing but Christmas songs.
Okay.
Where do you go to a concert that you hear Silent Night?
Right. Oh, right.
And Joy to the World and
Yeah.
Drummer Boy. But they weren't just singing the songs. They were emphatic.
Yeah.
They were driven. They played drums. They beat the drums
Yes.
hard and danced.
Yes.
Almost like in costumes that remind me of Paul Revere, with a
Okay.
long coat and the buttons and all of that and the big boots, that kind of costume era. It was a sellout crowd in the Toyota Center.
Fantastic.
And it was fabulous. But I do think sometimes it's hard to find that joy, but seeing you dressed as Santa Claus helps people of all ages see that.
Yes.
And bring a smile or memories from somewhere in their life where they've been. And you help bring it to the surface.
Yes. I'm very intentional at that. When I'm in character, I'm in character. When I have the suit on,
old.
right. I mean, the gentleman that was sitting out there, he asked me, he said, "Hey, could you talk to my daughter?" Of course. Of course. So we got FaceTime and
Wow.
yeah. Just, I mean,
It's
15
amazing
seconds.
that people stop. If you wore that all year round, people would stop
Yeah.
and say something to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, they'd probably think I was crazy for wearing
Well,
it in the middle of
perhaps.
summer.
But I mean, it doesn't matter their age. They
Yeah.
stop and say, "Oh my gosh, there's Santa
Yeah,
Claus."
Right. I get that even without the costume on.
Right. Well,
Because
because
of
you're
the beard.
authentic. You got the
Yeah.
beard, the whole thing going
Yeah.
on.
I mean, when I'm sitting in a restaurant, I've got these glasses on. Kids will make eye contact with me and go, "I think I know who you are.
Who is that?"
I've seen you before," and I just wink at them. You know,
The Santa
just
wink.
yeah, just a nice little wink. They know. They know that I know that they know, and that's always good.
It's magical.
Yes, it is. You know, the season, unfortunately, our society has dumbed it down because, we celebrate Christmas to celebrate the birth of Christ. And through marketing and the things that commercialization, now how many times do you hear people say Happy Holidays? It's more often than Merry Christmas. And in my
But
mind,
it could also be other reasons. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
hard for
understand.
me to say Mary when,
I understand.
and that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But I know you're saying that they want to be anti-Semitic or whatever about that maybe it doesn't really have anything to do with the
Right.
birth of Jesus.
Right. But
And it does.
it's all about the birth of Jesus.
Right.
I mean, the whole thing started to celebrate the birth of Christ. And unfortunately, over the last 50 years, really probably the last 25 years, has the commercialization
Yeah.
of Christmas,
And making
where
it Happy
you start
Holidays.
to have Black Friday, shopping days in August. Or when Walmart puts up their Christmas decorations in
October.
Or
Right.
September.
Well, I remember at Hobby Lobby we had to get out the Christmas decor when I was a manager there in Conroe in June and July. We were putting up all the Christmas.
That's crazy. But
But that's retail.
yeah, that's retail.
It's what they do.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you do what you do now. You have so much influence in our society, in our community. I don't know if you realize that, but you really do.
I guess maybe sometimes I don't.
But you really do. And it's humbling to see that you don't recognize that. that's what's so humbling about you, is that you're just, I'm just a mom trying to get, or grandma trying to make it through the day. And if I remember right, was it today or yesterday was your anniversary with Jeff?
Today. 1 week before Christmas.
Oh, happy anniversary, my friend.
Thank you. You know, when you lose a child, it's very tragic, and the stuff I've been having to go through.
Yeah.
With the military, it could break people.
Yeah.
And often does. That's what kind of keeps me going, because I'm doing it for those that can't.
Yeah.
But
now, did the Gold
marriage
Star
isn't
law
hard.
get passed? Didn't you have a bill in Congress?
Yes, it is federal.
Oh, it's federal. It's been passed.
It's federal. Yes, I don't know
Good.
where it is yet. I haven't put my hands on it.
Okay.
I'm still looking through appropriations and different things in Congress, which is a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
But it is there, and I have to go back and get funding in the beginning of 2024. But quite honestly, I don't think anything's more important than keeping our military safe with very elementary physicals at the top level.
I absolutely
and
agree
I will
with
shout
you.
that
From the
wherever I need
mountaintops,
to go.
right.
And then I will take names who say that's not important.
Yeah.
And go to the media.
Yeah, right.
with their name.
Right.
So I
So
will be
does
forceful.
Morgan support you?
He's the one who pushed it out. Yes.
Okay, good.
Through the armed services.
I like him.
committees. Yes.
I'm-
yes. Morgan Luttrell is a great guy.
Yes, Morgan Luttrell is a great guy. He, I missed having him as my representative
Right.
by a quarter of a mile.
Yes, you have Dan Crenshaw.
I have Dan Crenshaw, and I'm not a fan, but that's all right.
Everybody works together.
Right. I
Everybody works together
think the
in Congress,
congressman
hopefully.
for his service, but I wish he would vote more Republican than Rhino.
Well,
Be that as it may. Let's get back
move
to the
towards
joy of Christmas. Right.
Yes.
What are you going to get for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas, Margie?
Peace.
You know, peace comes from your heart.
Peace. That's why I'm going with Jeff and our dog
Yeah.
in our RV, and that gives me peace.
That's
when I
good.
can go out in nature, because there's no other things in the way.
Right.
You know, God walks with me every day, as does my son Joey, and I feel like when you're out in nature, that is the best place for me to
Yeah.
be, and that I can see all the wonderful things, whether they're animals or trees.
Mm-hmm.
You know about trees.
Oh, yes.
And
I'm particularly fond of them.
Just nature, the weather. It doesn't matter what kind of weather it is.
Right.
I like being outside.
Yes.
And I think when you can take time to reflect on your blessings, because there are sometimes things get so chaotic that you don't see it because of the daggers that try to stop you as you move forward in life. But there are blessings. Family is a blessing, and not material things, the relationships. The relationships are meaningful to me, that are part of my life. And people go through different chapters where they may be more focused and together with you and dip in and dip out. But I think the relationships you have in the community at large, wherever they are, and
Mm-hmm.
family are probably the most important thing.
I absolutely agree. You know, God put it in our heart to have a relationship with one another, with Him. And for those folks that don't see that saddens me, because really the Creator of the universe loves you so much that He sent His only Son to be born, to live with us. Can you imagine when Jesus was a boy and He's thinking, what am I doing here, man? But he knew his Father's will. That blows my mind. That relationship right there literally causes me to shudder. That's why I do what I'm doing.
Let's talk about that.
Right.
How long have you been Santa Claus?
I started in 17. In March of 17, I almost died. I spent 3 weeks in the ICU.
I remember
And
that.
I didn't have a beard when I went in. And I didn't shave while I was in the hospital. And when I came out, I had white stubble. And the young lady that I was dating at the time said, Ed, as much as you love Christmas and you love kids, you got to grow your beard out and do Santa Claus. And it was truly an epiphany. It was one of those, oh, you know what? You're right. I should. So I did, and I do. And I have to tell you, this year, I was thinking about retiring the red suit.
I heard that from another Santa.
And it, I needed almost a heart transplant. I needed the energy that goes behind wearing the red suit to be back in my heart, and literally just putting it on and seeing the reaction of children and grown adults. I love grown men that, hey, can I get a picture with Santa? Of course you can. You know, we were in Madisonville last week, and this big old guy, he was probably 6'7", solid 350.
That's big.
Hey, he's a big guy. I said, here, have a seat on my knee. He's like, no, I can't sit on your lap. I'm too big. I said, sir, I don't take no for an answer. Sit on my lap. Put your daughter on my other knee, and let's get a picture. And he's like, after he got up, he's like, I haven't sat on Santa's lap in 45 years. I said, yeah, I know. The last time you sat on my lap, I brought you a bicycle. How did that work? He's like, it was purple, wasn't it? I said, no, I believe it was blue. He's like, how do you know these things? I'm like, it's magic. The magic of Christmas lives in your heart, no matter how old you are, as long as you will allow it to live. So many people haven't. They get older. Life gets in the way. The darkness overcomes the light, but the light will always win. That's the beautiful thing about Christmas. The light always wins. And you're a carrier of the light. And that's why I love you so much, Margie Taylor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're going to make me cry.
Yeah. Christmas is hard, but then again, it's good, too.
Yes.
So,
keep fighting the good fight and bringing light to the darkness.
if you know me, you know I will.
I know. That's why I love you so much, is because you don't give up.
No.
You don't give up.
Not
When
in
somebody
things or
tells you
people I
no,
believe in.
right. When somebody tells you no, you just find a different way to get in that door. And that's very, very,
true.
very admirable. Very admirable.
Well, sometimes you're given missions that you don't ask for.
Yeah.
But you have to do, because when you try to deter, you get brought back into that same lane.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the lane I'm in.
Yeah.
But I also believe that kindness matters.
A lot.
Kindness matters. What you say to someone can make their day.
Yes.
And there's no reason to be mean.
You're right. And you know, we all need that reminder. Kindness matters. I think that would be a really good bumper sticker. I bet it's out there. I bet it's on Amazon somewhere.
Santa Claus is watching you. Kindness matters. I can see that.
Yes.
So you're going to continue being Santa, Ed, yes?
Yes, yes.
And you have more places to go in this week.
This year, as I said previously, I almost decided it was done. And so I greatly restricted the number of activities that I was doing. As for gigs that I'm booked on, I'm done.
Okay.
Except for Saturday. And this is a
special thing.
This is a very, very, very special thing. Very special. And when we're not on the radio, I'll tell you about it. But I don't want to.
Sure.
I don't want to
share.
Give anybody else's name out
Absolutely.
without their permission. But it's going to be really fun. And it's going to bring joy to somebody's life And I can't wait to do that.
Well, that's what's important. When you can
Yes.
do something that doesn't benefit you necessarily, but then it does in another way.
Yes.
That's what matters most.
It brings joy to
You
my
know,
heart.
Sometimes we get called to do things like that. So I know what I have done for the military isn't going to bring my son back.
Right.
I wish it would.
But it might save someone else's.
But it will save other people in the fight. I keep fighting for accountability. I will get at some point, and then hopefully it will stop some of the craziness and from another mother going through what I've been through.
Yes.
That's my why. And there is no big gain for me except for that.
Right.
And that's why you do what you do, is because it helps other people.
It helps other people.
So, Santa Ed, you still have your Facebook page.
Oh, yes.
And they can find you at The Real Beard Santa Ed.
Right.
Or Santa Claus
HTX.com.
which is also on our YouTube and Facebook page.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So, Merry Christmas, Santa.
And Merry Christmas to you, Margie. I love you.
Love you.
Keep bringing joy to the world.